Bond yields ease back after the 30-year Treasury note hits a 19-month high. It's Friday, 23rd May, and here's what you need to know. US Treasury yields fell back after a recent sell-off saw investors come back at more attractive levels. However, the yield on the 5-year Treasury note still remains above 5%. On Thursday, the House of Representatives passed President Trump's sweeping tax and spending bill that's bound to add trillions of dollars to US debt levels. Now, Asian shares, they gained overnight. European stocks are heading for their 6th straight week of gains, and Bitcoin is holding near a record high level. Our chart of the day is the US dollar against the euro. The dollar is weaker this Friday and is heading for its first weekly loss in 5 weeks. However, overall, the euro is actually up 9% against the dollar in 2025, showing that it's a clear winner as investors flee the dollar looking for safer bets. And it's not the only currency that's benefiting from the dollar's malaise. The Swiss franc and the yen are also up this year. Our stock of the day is Tesla. For the first time ever in April, its Chinese rival BYD sold more pure electric cars than Tesla did. BYD's aggressive expansion in the region comes as Tesla sales are falling, partly due to the backlash the company's faced due to Elon Musk's political interventions. In fact, in April, Renault, Skoda, Audi, BMW and VW all sold more pure electric cars in the region. Our number of the day is 0.4%. That's how much the German economy grew in the first quarter of 2025. That growth was far better than expected, thanks to exports and industry front-loading ahead of US tariffs kicking in. However, economists in general are cautious about whether Europe's largest economy can sustain this level of growth. And according to a report in the FT, President Trump is pushing the EU to cut tariffs, saying if it doesn't do so, it will be hit by an additional 20% of duties. The report also says that since President Trump announced the 90-day negotiation period, very little progress has been made in talks between the EU and the US. And that's what you need to know this morning.